So you all know that I love my coffee and I have it as part of my healthy lifestyle on a daily basis. But did you know that green tea actually carries a ton of healthy benefits as well? So in this video, I'm going to share all those health benefits with you, and I'm going to go through and answer some frequently asked questions about green tea. So let's get started. What really is green tea, and how is it different or more beneficial than other types of teas? So in order to explain that, I need to kind of explain what tea is in general. All types of tea come from one plant, and that is called the Camellia sinensis bush. And there are two varieties of that plant. One grows in China, and that is where we get our white and our green teas. And the other plant variety grows in India, and that's where we get our oolong and our black teas. And out of all four types of possible teas, green tea actually has the most flavonoids in there. And the reason why that's important is because flavonoids are very important for antioxidant purposes. They're basically antioxidant chemicals that are found naturally in that plant. Also, when tea is processed, green tea is the least oxidized, so it's the least processed of all of the teas in order to get it from the plant all the way into your cup. The amount of caffeine that is in 1 cup of green tea will vary a little bit depending on the size of your cup and also how those green tea leaves were grown and processed. But in general, 1 8-ounce cup of green tea will have about 28 milligrams of caffeine. And just for comparison, a 1 8-ounce cup of black tea is gonna have half of that amount of caffeine. And an 8-ounce cup of coffee is gonna have about 88 milligrams of caffeine. Now I'm going to dive into a lot of the benefits of green tea, but there are some precautions of having too much green tea as well. You can actually cause yourself to get some headaches. You can be a little bit too jittery from excessive caffeine. It might cause your stomach to become upset, especially if you have it on an empty stomach. So it's best to have green tea between meals. And for those who have iron deficiencies, you're going to want to enjoy your green tea about an hour after eating your meal, because for some people it can decrease absorption of nutrients. And like with any caffeinated beverage, it can also cause a disturbance in your sleep. So personally, I cut off my caffeine levels at 6 p.m. and I don't drink any caffeinated drinks after that, because that way I know it's not going to affect my ability to sleep, because sleep is very important. Now you might be wondering, what is the difference then between green tea and matcha? Matcha actually comes from that exact same plant that's grown in China, but for matcha, they actually cover that plant about 3 weeks before it gets harvested, and that's to limit the sun exposure at that time frame. And what that does is it actually increases the chlorophyll that gets produced in the plant, and that means more catechins are created in the tea. And that's really important because those catechins are basically the antioxidants that we get from matcha. All right, so now let's dive into the amazing nutritional benefits of green tea. So studies have shown that green tea increases your fat burning properties and your body's ability to burn fat more efficiently, which means basically that your heart's pumping faster, your body's kind of moving better as a machine, you have higher metabolism, your digestion's in check. All of that is kind of working really well together when you have green tea. Green tea may fight certain cancers, so there have been a lot of studies on cancer research for how green tea may play a positive role in reducing cancer potential. And specifically, the studies have focused on the prevention of kidney, mouth, pancreas, stomach, and mammary gland cancers. Green tea may help with weight loss. So there was a study of overweight individuals, and those who had the green tea had a lower body fat percentage, a lower waist circumference, and just overall less extra fat on their bodies compared to those who did not drink the green tea. Green tea can help fight cardiovascular disease. So this is pretty big. So drinking green tea actually has been shown to reduce the LDL levels of cholesterol, which are the bad cholesterol. And that's important because the higher LDL levels you have, the more at risk you are for stroke and heart attacks. Green tea may help prevent type 2 diabetes. So studies have shown that green tea actually helps improve your sensitivity to insulin, which is really important because that's going to keep your blood glucose levels down and ultimately prevent type 2 diabetes from coming on. Green tea improves your oral health as well. So those catechins that we were talking about earlier that are really prevalent in green tea and also in matcha, those help improve your oral health by reducing oral bacteria. And a 2016 study actually found that gum disease, tooth decay, and cavities were all reduced by drinking green tea. Green tea protects the brain, and by that I mean that there have actually been studies that show that neurodegeneration is reduced with those who have green tea as part of their lifestyle. So your actual neurons in your brain are less impaired by time and age if you could drink green tea. And on top of that, green tea also helps with brain functioning. Not only is that because that the caffeine in green tea acts as a stimulant, which is helpful for cognitive abilities, for thinking better, but it's also been shown to increase your reaction time, improve your mood, and improve your productivity. Green tea helps fight inflammation. So those flavonoids that are in green tea help to reduce inflammatory markers in your body. And there are also antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal properties in green tea that also help to reduce inflammation and fight it in your body as well. Green tea helps prevent and fight against bone loss as well. So studies have actually shown that green tea helps with improving mineralization in your body, which helps fight against bone loss, and it helps with bone formation. Plus, that strengthening of your bones is also going to help protect against osteoporosis. So grab a cup of green tea and check out my video on the amazingness of apple cider vinegar and why you should be having that as part of your healthy lifestyle, and I will see you in the next video.